Yeah, big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar signs. Try to take it from me. Big time. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. The numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of shots. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pride. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, take it from me.
Hope you enjoyed your dinner, everybody, and spent time with each other, got to know each other a little bit better for the groups, that you're outside of your communities and stuff like that. But for those watching on the live stream, I'm Scott DeCamp, and I'm the lead of CSN at CatchMark SportsNet. I'll be highlighting the Player of the Year finalists and award winners in a few moments. First, I'd like to give you a little more background on CatchMark SportsNet. We spent the last 16 months creating a unique brand of local sports coverage and growing relationships with schools and communities in the West Michigan Conference exclusively. We poured our heart, souls, and resources into planting the seeds of Brent Morass' idea and cultivating it into a reality. Our goals have been clear. Use our skills and resources to breathe new life into highlighting our local athletes. The feedback from the communities, got tripped up. The feedback from our communities has been phenomenal. CatchMark SportsNet has grown to offer local athletics coverage in the form of stories, videos, photos, and live streaming. Our social media presence has really blown up. If you're not following us on there, please do so. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. Young people love TikTok, as we've learned. And I guess I don't mind it either. We've worked hard to develop innovative and unique types of coverage that focus on the accomplishments of our young athletes, to tell their stories, to share their successes, and support them through their defeats. Our passion and desire is to continue to provide these unique experiences for as many student athletes as possible. Thanks to our communities, readers, and viewers, we've been able to accomplish some amazing things in a short time. In the last year, CatchMark SportsNet has attracted nearly 1.1 million website visitors from 10 different countries, including faraway places such as Ireland, Sweden, Brazil, China, Germany, and Denmark. Don't ask me how, but we have. There's fans all over the place. The following of our CatchMark SportsNet YouTube channel has exploded as well, now with more than 1,200 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's free, and you'll get all sorts of really cool content. The more you listen, subscribe, and participate in our events, the more attractive it is to sponsors. In turn, those sponsors will help us bear the cost burden of delivering those products. Our ask this evening is to help us get the word out. Share our content, subscribe to our pages, like our posts, visit our website. Help us get people following, interacting, and listening. Help us provide the best coverage possible to our amazing communities in the West Michigan Conference. And now, the part you've been waiting for, the awards. Near the end of the 2022 fall sports season, I nominated 5 or 6 athletes from each sport in the West Michigan Conference for the Player of the Year discussion. Nominees were identified based upon the following categories: performance, statistics, impact on his or her team, and intangibles across the season. From there, Connor Rath, back here, and Tate Stein, who's not with us tonight, and then myself, narrowed those 5 or 6 names to 3 finalists for each sport. Our goal at that point was to have 3 athletes who have set themselves apart from the crowd, 3 athletes who all deserve the moniker Player of the Year. From then, it's up to the communities. We put the fan vote out to the communities, to the schools, to the folks, to our readers. People could vote once per hour to select the candidate that they thought should be awarded the title Player of the Year in each sport. This fall, the Player of the Year polls combined to rack up better than 60,000 votes. That shows you how much this stuff resonates with folks who actually follow the West Michigan Conference. They love their sports, they love their schools, communities, and they love their athletes. Tonight, we're blessed to be able to gather and celebrate several outstanding athletes and their performances. We'll be announcing each finalist who will receive a certificate, and each winner who will receive both a certificate and a trophy. The winners will also have their name engraved on the CMT Player of the Year trophy that resides in our office, and right now it's right here in the office, right here in our ceremony, and that'll be engraved for the next fall spot. So when the athletes, we'll go sport by sport. Athletes, when I call your name, please come to the front and wait here as I highlight your achievements. I will then announce the Player of the Year, and we will award the trophy, or each individual trophy. And don't worry, well, maybe I should. This was kind of a surprise. You guys have speeches prepared, each of you? Oh, no, that's okay. I wasn't gonna put that on you. That's okay. I figured you'd be that wasn't part of it, but no speeches required. We're just glad that you're here and participating in this. So, the finalist award winner for each sport will be asked to stay up front until that sport is done being recognized. And then when that's done, each group, please move over here to my left, your right, where Amy Yonkman will be taking group photos of each sport. We want to do that immediately after that group, as that group comes through. And then at the end of the night, we'd like to get a group shot of all the athletes, if we could, before you guys take off. So, without further ado, we'd like to begin honoring our finalists and award winners for the West Michigan Conference Fall Sports Player of the Year. And as luck would have it, we started with boys tennis, and I don't think we have any of the boys tennis participants here. So, and that's fine. A lot of people had plans, and I understand that, but we're still going to honor them anyway. So, and their trophies and stuff are right here. I'll hold this up. This was for tennis, and I'm going to announce them. Starting off with the boys tennis finalists. First finalist was Charles Kolb from Ludington Junior, #1 singles. He finished the season with a 19-11 record. He was at #1 singles, obviously playing the top players that you're going to see. He was a conference champion. In tennis, West Michigan Conference schools compete in the Coastal Conference, so it's a little different than maybe other sports. So the Ludington team was Coastal Conference champion and regional runner-up. Ludington was the lone team from the conference to qualify for the state finals. Congrats to Charles Kolb for being a finalist. Next up, another finalist, another Ludington guy, Jack Stidham. Jack was unable to make it here tonight because his Ludington basketball team had a game, and does Charles play as well? You guys know? He doesn't play basketball? Robbie? Robbie plays, okay. So 2 of the 3 finalists were playing basketball today for Ludington. How'd they do? They played Petoskey. They came back, huh? So they're still undefeated. Ludington, okay. Good for them. So Jack Stidham, Ludington Junior, #3 singles, finished the season with a 26-6 record. He started the season 21-0 and lost to the #1 seed at the state finals. He was the Coastal Conference champion regional runner-up. And again, as a team, his Ludington team was conference champion regional runner-up. The Orioles were, again, lone team to make it from the conference to the state final. So, Now our player of the year, Robbie Killips. Ludington Junior, number 2 singles, finished the season with a 25-4 record. He did not lose a match from August 19th until falling to the number 2 seed at the Division III state finals. Again, same thing as the other guys. Team champ, conference champ, regional runner-up. Individually, he was also a Coastal Conference champ and a regional champ. So, Ludington cleaned up, and obviously all 3 are juniors, so looks like there's a bright future for them. So, they're not here, but if you still want to give them a round of applause, let's do that. All right, girls golf, which I think we're 3 for 3. We have them all here tonight. So we'll start with finalist Mackenzie Goodrow. Can you please come on up? I know you love the attention, Mackenzie. Congratulations. I'll have you stand right up here. Thank you. Montague Junior, Mackenzie is. She was first team All-State for a second year in a row in Division IV. Finished 4th at Division IV state finals in the fall. She broke her own school record with a 75 en route to winning the GMAA title and leading Montague to another first place finish in the event. Finished runner-up in the West Michigan Conference individually behind Ludington's Emma McKinley, who's here with us obviously. Placed 3rd at the regional and was a member of back-to-back Division IV state championship teams in 2020 and 2021. So congrats, Mackenzie, on that. And my question is, would you be able to handle her on the golf course?
No, she beat me by quite a few strokes.
Okay. So just hang out here for a little bit. We'll have your fellow golfers come up here with you. Next up, finalist Natalie Kellogg. Thank you. Thank you. We'll get it figured out one of these times. Montague Senior. Kellogg earned first team All-State Division IV. She finished 5th at the Division IV state finals. Shot a personal best 80 on day 1 of the state finals. And if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I thought that's what I have, according to my records. Finished 3rd in the West Michigan Conference individually behind Ludington's Emma McKinley and Montague's Mackenzie Goodrow. I knew I'd mess it up. I even asked you beforehand. Damn, sorry. And again, another member of back-to-back state titles for Montague in that powerhouse program they have, which is represented by Coach Phil Kerr in the back. So thanks for joining us, Phil. So, and attending Lake Superior State. She'll be taking her talents to Lake State to play golf up there. So, now for the golfer of the year, Emma McKinley. Congratulations. Yep, there's that, and there's that. So Emma is a junior at Ludington. She earned first team All-State Division III. She tied for 9th individually at the Division III state finals. West Michigan Conference individual champ and regional medalist, leading her team to the state finals berth. Averaged 78.8 this season on 18-hole rounds. Top 10 medalist in all 7 invites in which she competed. Personal best 71 at Tullymore. And won the WMC championship with a 75. So congrats to Emma, and as well as the finalist here for the golf player of the year. And then we'll move you guys over there for the photo. I even got the script and I still mess it up. We've got boys cross country back there. Now, one more round of applause for these ladies, if you could. Congratulations. Thank you very much. So now we're up to boys cross country. Our first finalist, he was unable to be here tonight. He had a prior commitment, Clayton Ackley. He's a Hart senior. He finished runner-up in the Division III state finals with a time of 15:52.14 to earn all-state accolades again. He was a top runner on our Hart squad that won the first boys team state championship in school history. Ackley took first in 11 events this season and second in 3 others. He placed 11th at the Midca Meet of Champions with a personal record time of 15:27.7. So congrats to Clayton on this award. Another finalist, Andre Richmond. Congrats. Yep. Andre is a Whitehall senior. He was voted the West Michigan Conference Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year last fall. This year he placed 59th in the Division II state finals with a time of 16:50.9. We all know he's a lot better than that. He bounced back to finish third in the Midca Meet of Champions with a really strong run with a time of 16:02.4. He had 4 first place finishes this season. His PR time, if I have this right, was 15:48.2 en route to finishing runner-up at the GMAA Championship. So, great season, Andre. And the runner of the year is Seth Ackley. Congratulations. Sure. All right, Seth is a Hart senior as well. He finished 12th in Division III state finals with a time of 16:27.51 to earn all state accolades. He was consistently a top 2 or top 3 runner all season for Hart, which captured the team state championship as stated for the first time in school history. He placed 5th at the Midca Mid of Champions with a personal best time of 16:09.6. He had 7 top 3 finishes this season, including 4 runner-up finishes. So if you could give these guys a round of applause. And we'll have you go over and get your photos taken. Okay. Girls cross country. And one more round of applause for these guys, please. Now we're to girls cross country. First finalist we have, obviously not listed in any particular order, but we're going to do this alphabetically. Summer Brower. Congrats. Summer is a Ludington sophomore. She finished 18th at the Division II state finals to earn all state accolades, turning in a personal best time of 19:09.48. She competed in the Midca Meet of Champions, finishing 76th with a time of 19:11.1. She finished third in the WC Lakes Division portion of the WC Mega Jamboree, running with one shoe in terrible conditions with a shoe that got stuck in the mud and pulled off her foot. Now, I've heard that happens on occasion to runners, but I wouldn't want any part of that when it was 30 degrees, 25 degrees that day? It was brutal.
It was cold.
Yeah, but she toughed through it and finished really great in that, so good job on that. She finished first in 3 competitions, so great season by Summer. Our next finalist is Allison Enns. She's a Hart junior. She's unable to join us with a prior commitment. But what I'll say about her is if not for the outstanding runner and teammate she has in Jessica Jaswinski, Enns could have been Hart's #1 runner. As it were, she was a strong and important piece to the puzzle. She placed 4th in the Division III state finals with a time of 18:28.52 to earn all state accolades again. She placed 13th in the Midca Meet of Champions with a time of 18:00.7, and she had a season best time of 17:49.9, finishing runner-up behind Jaswinski, her teammate, in the Shepherd Blue Jay Invite. And finally, she finished runner-up in 12 events. So that's Allison Enns' season. And now for the runner of the year, Jessica Jaswinski. Don't run away because I won't catch you. Thanks. All right, Jessica is a Hart sophomore. Last spring, she was voted the West Michigan Conference Runner of the Year in girls track. This season, she was the Division III individual state champion, running away with a title with a time of 17:36.7 to beat the runner-up finisher by about 40 seconds. So she just dusted the field. Won the Midca Meet of Champions, crossing the finish line first with a PR time of 16:47.3. That is a state record for sophomores. That's correct, right? Is that correct? I'm looking at your parents. I don't know. I'll take your word for it. She won every single event she competed in this season with the exception of the big school West Ottawa Bredewig invite, which had several top flight Division I and Division II runners there, so it was a really stiff competition that day. She qualified for the Champ Sports Cross Country Championships in San Diego, which used to be the Foot Locker Nationals, same thing. And if that weren't enough, she finished 11th to earn All-American honors in the meet in December. So just fantastic. Just awesome season. So if you could please give a round of applause for these two. Boys soccer. Back there. One more round of applause, please. And now we're on to boys soccer. We'll start with finalist Arturo Romero. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Great season. You play forward and midfield, right? Both? Yeah. Okay, I'll say that. Romero, who played, he's an Oakers junior. Let me start by saying that. Just fantastic season, record-setting season. He plays forward midfield positions, had a season to remember for the Eagles, who were 12-9-1. First off, his team captured a Division III district title, and he led the way there. But he shattered Oakridge's single-season goals record with 40 on the season. He's also broken the Eagles' career goal-scoring record with 62. He eclipsed Travis Lucas's marks in both categories. In a stretch from the second match of the season through the 10th, Romero netted 8 straight hat tricks. In 4 of those games, he had 4 or more goals. Against Fremont on August 31st, he scored all 6 of his team's goals. So congrats on a phenomenal season, Arturo. Next up is Parker Wendt. Congrats, Parker. Parker's the Ludington junior. And they had a pretty stacked team this year, so it was tough to pick who would be the guy. But, you know, Ludington was 18-2-1, had 3 players probably worthy of consideration for this award, for the Player of the Year award. Wendt stood out the most. He had 24 goals and 13 assists, an amazing season. He was a Division II third-team All-State performer, as well as a first-team All-WC, All-District, and All-Region performer. Ludington went unbeaten in the conference season. In their first season in the West Michigan Conference, ran into a tough Reese Puffer team in the district and saw their season in there, but the future's really bright. So congrats on a great season, Parker. I also add, too, that I know that you got All-State as well, and I think I missed that. Were you second team? Second team, so congrats on that as well. All right. 2 MHSA records? Man, I'm leaving out all the good stuff. I'm sorry. So the Player of the Year is Ben Schlaff. He was unable to be here tonight. He had a prior commitment. I think he's at a prospects camp or something going on right now. But he's a Manistee senior. His dad is a Montague native, the late Doug Schlaff. He played center back, and he was the glue that held it together for the Chippewas this year. Manistee finished with a 16-4-0 record, runner-up in the West Michigan Conference beyond Ludington, and winner of a Division III district championship. Schlaff did have 1 assist, but his game was controlling the defensive end of the field. First team All-West Michigan Conference, as well as All-District, All-Region, and Division III All-State honorable mention. So you can give these guys a round of applause, please. Congrats, guys. Volleyball. Thanks, guys. Congrats. Up next is volleyball. Our first finalist is Jordan Anderson. She was unable to be here. She's a Ludington sophomore. I think she had a tournament that she's competing in. Do you remember where she was at this weekend? Detroit. Okay. They're all over the place. I can't keep up where you guys are going on your travels. It's a lot, but that's why they're as good as they are. So. Jordan's a 6'3", sophomore who plays setter. She finished the season with 677 assists, 192 digs, 131 kills, 95 aces, and 92 blocks. Ludington ran away with the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division title and finished with a 32-9-2 overall record. Ludington lost a tough 5-setter in the district semifinals to eventual Division II state finals Cadillac. I'm sure that still probably stings a little bit, but so sorry for bringing that up. Anderson earned all-conference and first-team all-area accolades, so congrats to her. Nevaeh's not here either, so. Next finalist is Nevaeh Gauthier. She's a Shelby sophomore. And just like a lot of others, she was unable to be here tonight because of a prior commitment, but she did want to pass along that she is competing in Florida right now, and she's honored to be nominated and recognized again this year. The 6'1" Gauthier, who plays outside hitter, was voted West Michigan Conference Player of the Year in 2021 as a freshman. Already, she's a two-time first-team All-Stater in Division III. She's a National 11 competitor and big-time Division I recruit. This season, she finished with an eye-popping 987 kills, 518 digs, 136 aces, 59 blocks, and 16 assists. She led Shelby to the outright WMC Rivers Division title as well as the Division III district and regional crowns. Shelby, which was 34-9-2, lost a tough five-setter in the state quarterfinals to the eventual state finalist Kalamazoo Christian. So congrats to Nevaeh. And now for our Player of the Year, Maddie Vara. Maddie, congrats. Maddie Vara, Ludington Jr. The 6-foot Vara, which I swear she's taller than that. I'm 6 foot. How tall are you really? Okay. She plays outside hitter, finished the season with 486 kills, 232 digs, 61 aces, 80 blocks, and 14 assists. Ludington, again, ran away with the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division title and finished 32-9-2. Again, you probably don't want me to bring it up again about the Cadillac thing. We'll just let that go, okay? Maddie earned all conference, all area, all region, and Division II second-team All-State honors. Vara and her traveling party over here, including Coach Liz Holton, rushed back from a travel term in Indiana to attend this banquet, and we thank you very much for doing so. So if you could please give Maddie a round of applause here. Congrats again. Another round of applause, please, for Maddie. And then finally, we have football, the Player of the Year Award for football. We're going to start off with finalist Trevor Jones. Come on up, Trevor. Congrats, Trevor. Yep. Trevor is an Oak Ridge junior. The 6'1", 185-pound Jones is one rugged player. He's arguably the best player on an Oak Ridge team that finished 10-2 overall, won a Division V district title, and lost in the regional finals to eventual state champ Gladwin. The Eagles finished runner-up in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division behind a powerhouse Whitehall team. The workhorse running back finished with 1,545 rushing yards on 218 carries, which works out to 7.1 per carry, with 22 touchdowns. He also caught 21 passes for 330 yards for a 15.7 average and 2 more touchdowns. And if that weren't enough, he finished second on the team in tackles from his linebacker spot with 71, including a whopping 14 for lost yardage with 4 sacks. Congrats, Trevor. Another finalist who is not here tonight is Kyle Stratton. He's a Whitehall junior. He couldn't join us tonight. They had other plans. They had prior commitments, so they couldn't make it. But Kyle was a 5'8", 165-pound quarterback, and he was the ringleader for the Vikings, who finished 11-1 with a WC Lakes Division and Division IV district title. The Vikings lost a 28-21 heartbreaker to the Division IV regional finals to eventual state champ Grand Rapids South Christian. Many argue that could have been the state title game. Stratton completed 86 of 141 passes for 1,658 yards with 26 touchdowns and 5 picks. He led the Vikings in rushing as well with 128 carries for 1,008 yards, good for 7.9 per carry with 17 touchdowns. Stratton also saw limited time on defense, but he did have a pick 6 against Unity Christian in the opener. He also handled long snapping duties despite the fact he's 5'8", 165 and is the quarterback. You don't see that very much. So congrats to Kyle as well. And now for the Player of the Year, Hunter Hogan. You could argue whether he's the best dressed or snazziest dressed. I'll leave that up to you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hunter is a Ravenna senior. During the 2022 football season, perhaps no one in the West Michigan Conference was more important to his team than Hogan. He carried the Bulldogs to a 7-4 record and first-round playoff win over North Muskegon. The 5'9", 175-pounder literally did it all for the Bulldogs. Starting quarterback, starting free safety, kicker, punter, kick returns, punt returns, and I'm probably missing some other things in there too. He completed 65 of 136 passes for 1,237 yards with 12 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He ran 154 times for 938 yards, good for 6.1 per carry, with 16 more touchdowns. He finished with 71 tackles and a whopping 8 interceptions. He came up as a big hitter from that free safety spot. He also had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, 1 punt return for a touchdown, went 34 for 40 on PATs, and 1 for 2 on field goals. He was a first-team All-State selection as a defensive back in one publication and specialist in another. And I will say, and I might have left this out, but were you second team? Or were you the first team? On coaches, right? On the coaches, right? On the coaches team, and you were first-team coaches, and I think you were second-team or honorable mention on the AP as well, right? So these guys were racking up some big awards, both of them. So great seasons, great players, great all-around players here, and that's, I think, the best thing about these guys is they do it all on the football field. But if you could please give these guys a round of applause. And then come on over and get your picture taken.
Make sure you have everybody come back up so we can get a full.
Yep. Good job, guys. So just a reminder, after I give closing remarks here, if we could get all the finalists and award winners up here, we'd like to get a group picture of them. And then if you guys want to stay and get your individual pictures or whatever, we'd love that. So, excuse me, in closing, I, on behalf of CatchMark SportsNet, would like to thank everybody for being here tonight and for making this such a great event. You're welcome to spend a few more minutes, as I said, taking pictures with the player, their finalists, and award winners. One request, when you post those images on social media, if it's not too much trouble, can you please do us a big favor and tag us on the CatchMark SportsNet accounts? That's an enormous help for us as it promotes what we're doing and helps us to do even more cool stuff than what we're doing now. Hope everyone had a great time and that you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night, everyone.